our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth in our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Reaching out to Filipinos worldwide, the now of digital entertainment with studios in Manila, Bacolod, Hong Kong, and Los Angeles, California. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host, the show, this station, the management, and the network. An online community for the youth, aspiring entrepreneurs, OFWs, SMEs, and social enterprises. Let Dear DORE guide you as you build your personal, professional, and business goals. Dear DORE will certainly be with you as you embark your journey and achieve desirable results. Write to Dear DORE and be inspired by like-minded industry leaders who will share their experiences with the community. This is Dear DORE with your host, Dorelene Villanueva Dimaunahan. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Happy Saturday to everyone watching and listening in to Dear DORE Worldwide. My name is Dore, and this is your online community for the youth, aspiring entrepreneurs, OFWs, SMEs, and social enterprises. In today's second episode, we will be having 3 guests from the retail industry who can share with us how they shifted from brick and mortar retail stores to e-commerce. More importantly, our guest speakers will share their insights on consumer behavior acquired during COVID-19, brand campaigns executed, latest trends in retail marketing, and actionable guides on how retail marketers can continue to retain customer loyalty and further drive revenue growth beyond the pandemic. Dear DORE is available in 14 platforms: YouTube, Facebook Live, Amazon Fire TV, TuneIn, Amazon Alexa, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitchers, iHeartRadio, Pandora. V81 Radio can also be heard in all Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Note that this is only available in selected countries such as US, Canada, or where Alexa is available. So, for today's episode, I'd like to highlight e-commerce. We know this as the buying and selling of goods and services via the internet and the transfer of money and data to complete the sale. So it's also known as electronic commerce, internet commerce. So many buzzwords have been out now. So there are three types of e-commerce. We have business to business, websites such as Shopify, Shopee, Lazada, business to consumer websites such as Amazon, and consumer to consumer websites such as eBay. So for today's digital world, everyone must do three things. Number one, make the most out of social media. Number two, collaborate with others using community forums. And number three, make the most out of data. So stop yourself and ask, how am I using digital tools such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram? Am I connected with various community forums? Do I need to watch videos on how to create content? Very exciting. I am excited to introduce and speak with our three guests. But before I introduce them, let's take a short break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Good news para sa mga kababayan natin abroad. Mapapanood nyo na ang inyong mga paboritong V81 radio shows sa Amazon Fire TV. Simple lang ang gawin. Go to Amazon.com at isearch lang ang V81 radio app and click install. Tiyak wala kayong shows na mamimiss dahil mapapanood nyo na ito anytime and anywhere you want. Gamit ang Amazon Fire TV. Tandaan lang, just install the V81 radio app and you're good to go. Another first from V81 Radio Worldwide. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Maraming salamat sa bawat ilaw ng tahanan. Maraming salamat sa walang sawang pagmamahal, pag-aaruga at pagpapayo sa amin. Utang na loob namin sa inyo ang aming buhay. Kaya sa mga nanay, tita, lola, tatay na tumatayong nanay at single mom, Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day! Mula sa inyong V81 Radio.
Hi, I'm Maggie Quintos. Pinoy music ba ang hanap nyo? Download the V81 Radio app, available on the App Store and Google Play. It's free now and it's free forever.
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
Ngayong May sa Home Na Alone Songs from Home with Papa Gio, Karen Sida, Nonoy, Jessica Villarubin, MYMP, Alisa Bonaobra, and Michael Maniago, Almost, and the Gibbs Duo. O, wag ka absent ha dahil back-to-back na. Wednesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. California time. O Thursdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Philippine time. For sure, back-to-back din ang kwentuhan, ulitan, kantahan at tawanan. Home Not Alone, Songs from Home with Papa Gio. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio, Los Angeles. Maraming salamat sa bawat ilaw ng tahanan. Maraming salamat sa walang sawang pagmamahal, pag-aaruga at pagpapayo sa amin. Utang na loob namin sa inyo ang aming buhay. Kaya sa mga nanay, tita, lola, tatay na tumatayong nanay at single mom, Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day! Mula sa inyong V81 Radio. Kabayan, naho-homesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang Tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. The 81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook. Simple lang. I-type lang ang letter V81 Radio. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na.
Hi, this is Jaya. Pinoy music ba hanap mo? Well, download the V81 Radio mobile app, available at the App Store and Google Play Store. Free now, free forever. Ganun!
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
Now back to Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Now back to Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81
back to Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Again, happy Saturday to everyone watching and listening in to Dear Door Worldwide. Dear Door is available in 14 digital platforms: YouTube, Facebook Live, Amazon Fire TV, TuneIn, Amazon Alexa, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitchers, iHeartRadio, Pandora. V81 Radio can also be heard in all Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Note that this is available only in selected countries like US, Canada, or where Alexa is available. And finally, excited to introduce our guests. So we have three guests again today. And our first guest is Miss Camille Cucueco, Digital Marketing Manager of Plains and Prints. And as for the benefit of everyone, Plains and Prints is one of the top local brands in the Philippines that specializes in ready-to-wear women's apparel. They actually have 80 stores nationwide, and they have an international online store, Amazon US and Amazon Canada. Plains and Prints is also known for its collaborations with top local designers and biggest names in the industry, such as Rahul Laurel, Vanya Romoff, among others. So please welcome on screen, Camille Cucueco. Hi, Camille. How are you tonight?
Hi, Dore. Hi, everyone tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much. So, Camille, may I please ask you to give a short introduction about yourself?
Hi, so I'm Camille, the Digital Marketing Manager of Plains and Prints. And basically, I specialize in digital marketing, anything and everything you can think of that would need to market a brand through a digital platform. So that includes social media, email marketing, performance marketing, search engine optimization, and the like.
Wow, these are all very relevant in today's digital world. So let me put that on hold. I'd like to call on someone also from Plains and Prints. She is the brand marketing manager, Miss Trixia, or Trix Bato. Hi, Trix.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. So I have two very beautiful ladies with me. Trix, before I introduce the next guest, may I please ask you to give a short introduction about yourself?
Okay, so again, I'm Trix. So I'm the brand marketing manager of Plains and Prints. So basically, I focus on both online and inline strategic approaches. So particularly in partnerships and promotions.
Right, thank you very much. So we have someone earlier who's well versed in the execution side, like SEO and the like, and social media, which are again very relevant nowadays. And then we have Trix, who was very good at strategy, so very exciting. Okay, we're talking about top level marketing stuff today. So let me put that on hold. Let's now proceed to our third guest. So our third guest is Miss Donna Andrada. She owns Bata, a leading footwear manufacturer brand established in 1894, wow, by Thomas Bata in Austria, Hungary, today referred to as Czech Republic. Since then, Bata has now expanded its brand in various parts of the world, with presence in about 70 countries. Just in the Philippines, Bata operates 54 brick and mortar stores nationwide and 6 online channels. So Bata's reach may be worldwide, but their presence is local. Their novel international manufacturing structure allows Bata facilities around the globe to respond to the unique needs and wants of local customers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on screen Ms. Donna Andrada. Hi, Donna. All right, so it's pretty exciting because my guests now are all lovely ladies, and I'm pretty much there. I'm pretty much excited to talk more about marketing. Okay, so while waiting for Donna, I'd like to ask questions to the beautiful ladies from Plains and Prints now. So, how did you actually get started with Plains and Prints and your current focus in your respective departments? Let's start with Camille.
Yeah, so actually, it's a funny story how I got started with Plains and Prints. I was fresh out of college. I started working 2014. Yeah, and then I spent 2 years in my first job, and then that's when I started to figure out along the way that my career wasn't really going towards the direction that I wanted to. So I shifted from mall marketing to fashion marketing, fashion retail marketing. So that's how I started with Plains and Prints. And lo and behold, I'm still here 5 years after.
Wonderful, and that's a pretty much a long time in your industry. So, just curious, did you ever take marketing as a course before you entered mall operations and then going on to fashion marketing?
Yes, actually, I'm a graduate of the University of Santo Tomas. My course is communication arts, so it's a pretty broad course on marketing, advertising, public relations, and film. Actually, kasama din yung film. So when we graduated, we had a pretty good knowledge on each area, and we could actually like enter any industry within communication arts. So that's, I think, what the advantage was for us as communication arts students, that we had a lot of areas that we could try out for our careers.
Wonderful, no? It's really nice that learnings really help, no? The course can actually help, but if I may say, it's probably the experience that has added to your knowledge and skills all throughout the years.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So thanks a
exactly.
lot, Camille. Let me ask Trix the same question because I'm really curious about how you've also started with Planes and Prints and your current department where you are now.
Yes, actually, I started in Plains and Prints in 2017, so that makes like 4 years already with the company. So I would say that of course, I'm very happy with my career because I've lasted for 4 years, and fashion has always been my interest. So even Plains and Prints wasn't my first job. My line of work is really into marketing because I really like thinking outside of the box. I don't want ordinary things. I really want going beyond the expectations. So I guess that makes me that makes me really enjoy what I'm doing in marketing.
That's wonderful. So, for you, you've been also in your industry, but this is your second job, no? Um,
Mhm.
what was your course before and previous job? Were they at all related to where you are right now?
Actually, Camille and I are blockmates, so we've been
Mm.
really good friends. So the work dynamics is really good, especially we see things alike, or if there would be instances wherein we tend to disagree, we have a good communication. So it's easier to address. We see what the other is lacking, and we try to improve. I mean, on both aspects that we are specializing in. So yeah, I'm also a graduate of communication arts from the University of Santo Tomas.
Nakakatuwa, no? Kasi
Yeah.
usually, di ba, it's really nice when friends work together, lalo na kung blockmates kayo dati. And yes, definitely, I'm pretty sure may mga panahon dyan na nagkakaroon kayo ng tampuhan, but I'm sure there are also certain times wherein you both work better and strategize better. What do you think? Can you guys give a certain instance na talagang nako, hindi kami nag-usap, or on the other hand, we really work together and that's why we're still here after a long time. So which is which? Who would like to go first? Camille?
Sige. Actually, in fairness naman with our friendship, me and Trixia, no, like we've never really had a moment in our relationship where it's been like, oh no, I don't want to talk for her for 1 week, or it's never been that level of disagreements. Because I think we're both honest naman with each other. We tell it how it is. We want each other to grow and to be successful naman in our line of work, and even as even as persons, we want the best for each other all the time, like genuinely. genuinely naman na we're concerned for each other's achievements and goals.
Very interesting, no? Pero totoo nga naman yun because from my personal experience, then it's either you can work well with someone or, you just work alone better. And I guess that's really how personalities are, diba? But yun nga, nakakatuwa that you guys are able to umaga, uh, work together in this relationship, both personally and professionally as well. How about you, Trix? Something you'd like to share that Camille hasn't shared earlier?
Well, just a funny story. I mean, back in college, actually, we didn't know that we will really have a good relationship. I mean, we've had our first impressions that when we go back to those stories, you would just laugh it out. But then, as what Camille said, I guess the good thing about us is we really have a good communication. So it's very open. So if there are some concerns that we wanted to address, we don't wait for days for not to talk it out. So I guess, I mean, that makes our tandem a good one also, both on the personal side and on the professional side.
That's a very good balance. Now, our good friend Donna is back. So, if you don't mind, ladies, I'd like to call on Donna to give a brief introduction of herself. Hey, Donna, nice to see you
Hi,
again.
hello. Hi, nice to see you,
Hey.
Dor. Thank you for having me. So I'm Donna Andrada, and I have 15 years of combined experience in marketing, retail management, brand management, and also e-commerce, end-to-end e-commerce solution. And currently, I am the e-commerce manager for Bata Philippines. So yeah, so.
All right. So, grabe no, 15 years. Nakakatuwa kasi I always believe that being in a company for such a long time will not only bring you a lot of skills and knowledge, but it means that the culture of the company is most probably something really great. So, in that regard, Donna, no, I was asking kasi kanina, si Camille and si Trix, how they started with planes and prints. So on your end, no, how did you get started? And what's your current focus in the department that you're handling? No? It seems like a very big department, e-commerce.
Well, it's very timely, to be part of this discussion because Bata started their e-commerce business, their venture, actually when pandemic started. Well, it's already been in the plans, but when I came in, so everything started rolling. So eventually, we wanted to be in all marketplaces, in all e-commerce channels. So I was there helping the team to basically roll out everything and set up in these marketplaces. So uh, it's not just me, we have a good team working together, and it also pays that our management, the SM Group Corporation, especially with the leadership of TSC, she has a very good vision for e-commerce. So, and even Bata global, as a global approach, they see the potential in e-commerce and how it is going to be, in the next few months, in the next few years. So, there have been a lot of investments that has been brought to e-commerce business unit itself. So I came in and then help out, set up everything from the operational side, the logistics side, and yeah, so day-to-day e-commerce management for Bata Philippines.
Okay, thank you for that. No? So kanina, Camille and Trix kasi, since they're friends, they shared their experiences about personal and professional relationships and how working together in a brand or in a company rather helps them strengthen further. On your end, what I liked about what you mentioned was the teamwork. You don't own how successful the e-commerce side of things is for Bata, but then again, you mentioned team. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Well, in any situation or in any project that you do, any campaign, whatever it is, it's not being done by one person alone. So, you have a team, you have your leaders, you have your colleagues who help you out in implementing everything. So it really is about teamwork, working together, finding people first, of course, that can do great in these aspects, and making them come together and work together. And that's where you get results. So yeah, it's about good leadership, good teamwork, and of course the dedication of the team in doing and achieving the goals that they set for the project. So that's
Wonderful.
basically.
Wonderful. So leadership, teamwork, and goals. So let's now move on because our topic for now is more focused on the online presence of both brands. So, well, I'm excited po ako kasi I'm talking to three ladies who are working for wonderful brands. And of course, both Plains and Prince and Bata's online presence is impressive. So I'd like to ask the ladies now, how have you helped your brand grow to its success today? So perhaps for Camille and Trix, is it something that's still related to your friendship? Does it help? And later, perhaps I'd also want to ask Donna if it's still the teamwork after all. So let's start with Camille.
Yes, actually, I would have to agree with Donna on what she said about teamwork. I think that's the biggest contribution that I have made for the company, and I think that everyone else has made for the company, is that the people that work with Plains and Prince really are dedicated people and hard workers, and they're passionate in what they do. So I think the genuine concern to help the brand grow and to help it succeed and be at the top of its game at all times, I think that's what's really important. I think that's what's really important as marketing people and as professionals in the retail industry.
Yeah, wonderful, no? Genuine love, passion, care for the brand, love for the brand, really, no? How about on your side, Tricks? Since you're in different departments.
Yes. So as I was mentioning a while ago, so I'm focused on strategizing like for both online and inline. So I guess the most important thing that we also need to focus on, or what we are trying to do, is the dialogue with our customers, because that's something that you should always consider, because if you listen to them, everything will follow. And like for example, for your content, I mean your strategies, you would know what would work and what wouldn't. So there. So it's important that you always listen to them.
So it's more of a balance talaga. If you deal with the customers, you're able to, of course, get their knowledge and insights for the brand. And in the same manner, if you take care of your employees and make sure they're well motivated and are able to show this through genuine love and care for the company, everything in terms of strategy and execution works. So I guess that's a little secret of Plains and Prince, I may say, and I'm very lucky, and we are all very lucky to be hearing this from, again, Camille and Trix. So let's now move on to Bata. For you, Donna, you mentioned teamwork earlier, right? And on the part of Plains and Prince, in behalf of Camille and Trix, they mentioned a certain balance between employees and customers. On your end, what has helped your brand grow to its success that it is today?
Okay, so it has been very helpful to, aside from what I mentioned earlier about the team, but also it helps to have a very loyal following, which are the customers, The customers are very important aspect of any business, because without them, any business will fail. You know what I mean? So, um, it, you have to pay attention to these people, to your customers, especially whether it be a new customer or an old customer. You treat them in a very good manner, and also and you take care of them. It's basically um, having them there through the years, from the beginning where you started the business until now. Since Bata has been in the industry for a very long time, and it's always nice to see people who always come back, and to get messages from people saying that I've been going to your store in this mall and that mall, and it's nice to finally see you on this online platform that I could buy from you. I've been following your brand. I've been buying your brand for a very long time, since the 80s, since the 90s. So it's very fulfilling to see that, oh, we're doing something great with Bata Philippines. That people actually stay with us, and it's important, to make sure that you stay relevant for your market, not just the market that you've gathered from years ago, relevant in the market of today. Because continuously the market evolves. Your consumers grow old. Your consumers get bigger because you open up different channels, you open in different stores, in different places, even online now. So, different places, different market, and different customers, and you have to have a different approach, and make sure you stay relevant among these people, so that your brand can grow even more. So,
Hmm. That's wonderful, no? Especially coming from a company that has
that's
been
one
there
thing.
for 15 years. So yeah, we all know that when you have old customers, you take care of them. And nakakatuwa nga naman pag nakabasa ka ng message, no, na there's really patronizing you in spite of the fact that there are so many brands out there. And of course, the market is continuously evolving and changing, and ang galing because your company is able to adapt. No? So there's still continuous learning with the market demands, and at the same time, the balance pa rin with taking care of the company, the team. No? So as a retail brand that has been in the company, I mean in the industry rather, for long, I'd like to ask Donna, how are you able to maintain the success of Bata?
By continuously evolving, by continuously coming up with new strategies to get new market. What's good about Bata is
So
this
it's really
also.
about
So
strategy.
the family so it expands among its people. It spreads everyone within the community of Bata, not just the company, but also through our customers. So w- it helps us to achieve this success. As it helped us achieve this level of success because of that approach, continuously doing things
Mhm. Yeah, so on your end, no, what's very important is really evolving of the brand, not just the brand, but the company, because in any business, you should always adapt to the market, to the demands, the needs of the market.
exactly.
So
So new innovation. So every time we come up with new innovations in terms of footwear. So now we have a new collection that we just launched for the sneakers, and Bata footwear is known for its comfort. So these new sneakers that we came up with are really comfortable, and it has different technology that are really good for the customers that from what they are demanding right now.
Thank you for that. No? And wow, congratulations for your new line, for your new footwear. So I'd like to go back to Camille and Trix for a while. So I'd like to ask these ladies, in terms of being a retail brand also that's been there for so long, because of course I myself would also use planes and prints now. How do you ladies maintain its success in your respective areas or departments? Start with Trix.
Okay. So again, I would also like to emphasize what Camille said, that of course the success we can attribute it with working with the right people. Because if you were working with the right people, you share the same goals, you share the same vision, and when you do that, you cultivate something good that would resonate also to a good customer experience or customer market. So that's something that is very relevant. And also I believe that the brand's visibility, because as you also mentioned, we are Plains and Prince is visible both in the digital space and the physical space. So we are present nationwide, and we have several online platforms. So being present everywhere, that really contributes to the brand success.
Wonderful. How about you, Camille? Anything that you'd like to add?
Yes, so I think actually Plates and Prince really has done a good job in customer loyalty, really pampering their customers. Like you can tell that Plates and Prince customers are getting the premium experience from the brand. Customer journey is all around. And then I think by sticking to what we know, this has always been a part of our design DNA. We've always stuck to unique designs in-house, and our in-house design team does a really good job in executing our prints, our one of the kind prints talaga. And yeah, I think staying relevant then, and always thinking of something new, and always being open to new technologies and new innovations for the brand.
Thank you for that. So it's really innovation. I like the term digital DNA. It's something very new, no, and again relevant nowadays. I earlier Donna mentioned that going online is part of the business model of Bata. Now, for Planes and Prints, is it the same thing? If I were to rephrase my question, it's more of like, in the past, when you were strategizing, did you ever plan to go online or see yourself doing online or e-commerce? Would like to answer that.
Yes,
Tricks?
yeah, I'll answer it first. Actually, Planes and Prince has started early in the e-commerce game, so I think that's what gave us a leg up in the competition. Like we've started with Zalora ever since they actually came in to Philippines, and we have our own e-commerce website. We're also available in Lazada, Shopee, Amazon. So we're really sticking to that mentality of always being on top and always being the first movers in the competition. So I think in that way nga, um, you always need to be open, and always try to enter any kind of platform that would help your brand reach more customers, and reach a bigger market, and even an international market. Actually, that's the main goal of Planes and Prince today, since we're already the top women's apparel brand in the country. Of course, we want to elevate that and try to reach a bigger market worldwide.
Wow. So, galing, because both brands are now international, right? So earlier, Donna mentioned that they have a new line that's footwear. On the part of Planes and Prints, knowing that you have collaborations with very successful designers, do you also come up with different product lines, or do you more focus what you have at this point in time? Let's talk, Camille, perhaps.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? Kind of lagged a bit.
Earlier, we were talking about, yeah, it's okay. Bata, they expanded to a footwear line. So I'm just wondering, on the part of Plains and Prince, in its business model or how it expands its product lines, do you focus on a fixed set of products, or do you also look into other product lines in terms of expansion?
I think with the brand, with Flames and Prints, we really stick to women's apparel. It's our bread and butter. But yeah, I think we do expand when we can, to accessories and to what else? To other merchandise. But really, our women's apparel is our bread and butter and main focus.
Thank you for that. So for my next set of questions, I'd like to call the three ladies on screen, no? Because right now, during the pandemic, alam natin na mahirap din ang pera, and consumers can't go to malls, and that's the reason why both brands right now also have e-commerce sites. And I also noticed, no, and I'm pretty sure that the ladies are very familiar with this, na madaming nabubuong brands, no? The new brands, the local, support local, hashtags, things like that. And I'd like to ask the ladies, do you think that consumers will still predominantly buy from big brands? Let's start with Donna. Hi, Donna. I think you're mute.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I believe so. Even if there are a lot of brands coming in, people doing their own online business or their own startup, there is still a market for the branded ones. I mean, like for the big brands. It's just a matter of I will repeat it, being relevant. So it's a matter of being relevant, and also, there will always be a market for each and every brand that comes out. It's tricky sometimes, but you will never run out of customers. You know what I mean? So there's always something that people will need from you and will want from you. And you have to identify those things for you to be able to capture those market and stay, in the game.
Wonderful, no? And especially for a big brand like you that's been there for 15 years and who has still regular customers and growing new customer base. So yeah, that's a very good tip, really. Now, given that, I'd like to ask Trix, do you feel the same way that yes, consumers will still predominantly support or buy from big brands?
Yes, definitely, I agree. So, as we all know, fashion has really taken a hard hit during the pandemic. But then, you know, all of us are very, I mean, especially Filipinos, we are very optimistic. So, when we're feeling stressed, or like we want to do something, we even engage in retail therapy. So we shop, we keep on shopping. So, as long as you maintain your brand identity, I mean, you still have your market, and you will be able to expand to a wider market. So it's really more of a offering something interesting always. So there.
Yeah, brand identity. Yeah. In line with that, no, I'm sure Camille can be able to share something more in line with consumers predominantly buying from big brands. What I'd like to ask Camille, no, given that Plains and Prince is one of the top of mind brands, no, it's certain that consumers will still continue to buy from you. So I'd like to ask what you think can be a good strategy for other big brands to stay afloat?
Yeah, actually, right now, I think marketing has really taken a turn, especially with the pandemic that's happened. And I believe that marketing isn't just as simple as display advertising. You really have to have a story that you want to tell. Like you're not just marketing the product or what the product has to offer you. You know, it's not just about demand and supply. It's more about marketing that story behind the product or behind the brand, and telling people why they need you or why they want you. You know, it's all about being aspirational and inspiring people to continue to patronize your brand. And I think especially in my area in digital marketing, that's really my main focus. Like it has to be communicated correctly. All our campaigns have to have a story to tell, and it just can't be like, oh, I posted something so she's gonna buy this. It always has to have a story to tell.
Oh
And
yeah.
if I may
In,
also add
yes, please.
to the discussion, it's also a key, accessibility is key. So you have to be present where the customers are. So in times of the pandemic, the lockdown, everyone went online. So you have to be present where they are. So reach your customers. So
Wonderfully
it's
said.
from anywhere to
Reach.
anywhere. So basically that's the
Lovely. Reach your
thing.
customers. And I believe that hindi na to imposible kasi everything nga is digital. The only thing is that kailangan planado. There's content, no? Yung tinatawag nga nilang content plan. Tama ba? So, you mentioned or highlighted the pandemic. We know that all of the brands now, the ones that are growing, are mostly work from home. So, being the experts in the industry, since you're handling very big brands, no, do you think that work from home marketing strategies will be the new normal and the continuing normal in the years to come? Who wants to answer first? Trix?
Sure. Well, I think the work from home marketing strategy, of course, it will be there for quite some time because we've basically become accustomed to it. But I won't say that it's just gonna be it. So I believe that of course there will be more trends that are gonna come since we are very optimistic that things are gonna get better soon. So, but I would still say that work from home strategies, you have to you have to think of ways to be different from the others because it can be that everyone is already doing it. So you have to add your twist to it on how you can go viral or how will people talk about what you were doing actually because the market is already very saturated. So it's really important that you're always interesting.
Wonderfully said. Now, how about on the part of Bata? Donna?
The work from home setup, are you referring to the work from home
Yes.
setup? It is inevitable, given the fact that we're on lockdown, and when it's lockdown, we really can't go out. Even if we want to, we cannot, and we should not. Okay, so it's inevitable, but what can we do? We just work our way around it, and basically um, make the most of the things that you can do from home, and do the same things that you've been doing when you're in the office. But I don't think, I'm hoping that, as what Trixia said, that things get back to not really normal, but we all know it's probably not gonna be the same as before, but it could be better. So we are hoping for things to get better, and you know a work from home setup may not be something permanent. So I don't think it's gonna be permanent. because there are still a lot of things that we have to do in a different setup. Like, um, I mean, going to the office is still something um, that is a part of doing a business. So yeah, probably for some areas, for some department, it could be done going forward, but I don't think it will be a permanent thing for everyone.
That's very nice, no? You know what I like about the guests today is that everyone's really very optimistic. So we've talked about work from home marketing strategies. I'd like to ask the ladies, what do you think is the future of retail marketing? Uh, we'll start with Plains and Prince. Camille, perhaps?
Yeah, actually, I think the future of retail marketing is giving a personal vibe to it, because since everything is digital right now, um, it seems like sometimes everything is so automated and disconnected. So I think if your brand still has that personal touch with what you market and with how you communicate to your customers, I think that's what we need to improve on and work on in the next years to come for retail marketing.
That's very interesting. Now, how about for Bata? What can you say about the future of retail marketing, Donna?
Well,
Donna?
probably, it's going to be really e-commerce for retail marketing. E-commerce has been here for quite a long time already. I mean, for quite some time, but it will get bigger. It will get bigger. It will get better. There will be a lot more technologies that will help the e-commerce grow even more, and it will help retail in a lot of ways. As I've mentioned, it's basically delivering catering to your customers from anywhere to anywhere, so it's something to look forward to for the retail industry.
It's pretty exciting, no? Now, maiba ang tanong ko. Let's move now from profession to something a little bit more personal yan. Parang Miss Universe question yan eh. So, my question is, para may time kayo mag-isip, what is your secret to staying on top of it all and still being able to disconnect? Kasi you ladies are managers and already from top management, no? So I'm pretty sure that handling people, customers, the data, the day-to-day work is something pretty tough. So I'm pretty sure a lot would also want to hear from the experts how you can actually take a break. Now, who wants to start the answer to this question?
Yeah, I'll start. honestly, honestly, for me, since I'm in digital marketing, it's really hard for me to disconnect. To be honest, it's hard for me to disconnect talaga. But I do agree that you need to take a step back sometimes and just focus on yourself and try to do anything you can to, care for yourself or love yourself. So, right, but like in terms of my secret on staying on top of things, I don't think it's that much of a secret. Because as long as you have a good planner and then you list down the things that you need to do one by one and you prioritize what you need to prioritize, I think that's what can help you really focus on what you need to do. Because if you don't, you either forget or you miss something out. So yeah, I think just have a planner and follow a process. Because if you go in between things, you'll just get drained by the end of the day and stressed out. And then I think my secret drug would be caffeine. Just like a really good cup of iced coffee. Yun talaga.
Yeah, I agree, no? Coffee, the planner, and having a plan. Yan. Ako din. Yan din yung ginagawa ko. Now, let's move
Diba?
on to tricks.
Oh, yeah, I agree with Camille. It's really hard, to disconnect. Like sometimes if you wanted to take a break or, working hours is technically, finished, sometimes you feel a sort of anxiety, like, is something's, I mean, things might, something might go wrong or something like that, even when we are having our vacation. So probably that's because of how passionate we are with what we are doing. So I guess the key also is time management, because it's important that you also have time for yourself. Like for me right now, I would say that my obsession is doing skincare. So it's something that really helped me to be to refresh myself for the next day, like to be a better version of myself. So there.
Iba talaga, no? Kailangan talaga natin magpaganda nowadays. All right. And how about you, Donna?
Well, yeah, for me, meditation helps. I do meditate when I have time, and most of the time, like I take time. How many times I said time? Well, I take time to meditate, just to clear my mind, and you know, and just at the end of the day, you've worked so hard, you've done a lot of things, you have accomplished a lot, and you just deserve some peace and quiet. Just 5 minute meditation, and then like what Trixia is doing also, rituals at night for your skin, because the next day you want to be glowing. You don't want to be looking stressed. Actually, it's something that I tell my friends also, and my colleagues at work, that the more that I get stressed, the more that I want to look good, because I don't want people looking at me and like saying, and for them to say that, "Oh, you look so stressed, you must have been really working really hard." But it's something that I want to avoid. I mean, you always have to take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, your physical, everything follows. So
That's
that's
wonderful. So, meditation, skincare, and caffeine. Yan. I also like that. Although hindi pa ako nakatry mag-meditate. I'll probably message you one of these days to help me more on that. No? And it's, well, of course, important talaga, especially that you're working in the retail industry, fashion, diba? Now, you have to look good to represent your brand. No? So, well, I'd like to ask each one um, to please share some information about your brands, and perhaps give advice to those who wish to pursue a similar career. Let's start perhaps with Trix.
Okay, so of course, Plains and Prints, as I've said, is very visible both in the physical spaces and digital spaces. So physical spaces, we are nationwide. We have more than actually close to 100 in branches, and then I believe Camille will just discuss. I mean the online platforms where we are available. And as for the advice, I think for those who want to pursue a career in marketing, I guess there are a lot of advice that I would actually wanted to share, but I guess the two most important things are you first is I guess you have to be committed, because you have to think that in this line of job, it's never going to be a 9 to 5 hour job. You would always, you would always want to go beyond people's expectations. And, for you to be relevant, you will always need to be on top of everything. And next, I guess, would be you should always be passionate to learn new things. Because as we all know, in marketing, especially now that we have faced this pandemic, everything can change. Like your long term plan may not be applicable anymore because something happens, like, we have been experiencing different restrictions because of the pandemic that we are experiencing. So it's every day is actually a learning process. So every day, if you could actually sometimes strategize daily, because there are so much uncertainties right now. So I believe that if you really wanted to be to take the career path in marketing, you really have to be passionate in what you do.
Thank you very much, Trix. Again, commitment and continuous learning as well as passion, of course. Now, moving on to Camille, would there be any announcements on your end that Planes and Prints would have? And perhaps you can also give advice to those who would want a career such as yours.
Yes, so please follow our accounts on Instagram and Facebook. So it's just at Planes and Prints. And we're also available on Zalora, Shopee, Lazada. We have our own website, planesandprints.com as well. And we're also available on Amazon, Amazon US and Amazon Canada. So yeah. As for my advice for people who want to enter marketing, I would say you have to stay focused all the time, and you also in the line I in the line of marketing, we also have to be aggressive and just always adaptable and always open to learn new things and adapt to new strategies, new technologies. So that.
All right, so focus and adaptability. Thank you very much to our two very beautiful ladies from Planes and Prints. Now let's move on. Our other beautiful lady from Bata, Miss Donna. So, Miss Donna, my question earlier was, for those who wish to pursue a career in marketing, such as yours, what advice could you possibly give?
My advice would probably be open to change. So in this field of marketing and e-commerce, change comes overnight. I mean, one day you're doing this, and then the next day there's something new. So be open to change, willing to accept change, and also learn. Never stop learning. Always learn. Take advantage of whatever it is that you can learn from your colleagues, from your leaders, from your bosses, from your from peers, absorb it, learn it, and apply it. So if you really want to pursue a career in marketing, um, it's really something that is challenging and also very fun, because not it's not only doing one thing over and over again. Doing marketing and e-commerce especially, it's always something new. There are always a lot of things for you um, to solve or to discover. So it's very exciting. So it's a really good field to be in. Yeah,
Thank you
and
very much. No,
for the
and I'd like to
announcement,
highlight what you said earlier, that change can happen overnight. Ganun pala kabilis ang change in terms of e-commerce, no, and the digital world. And Donna, would there be any announcements of Bata? Perhaps something, videos that you'd like to share as well?
yeah, actually, I would like to share a little bit of video from our brand, and also, as I mentioned earlier, it is also in our uh, plans. I mean, it's our way to reach our customers from anywhere to anywhere. Hence, we have what we call chat shop. Chat shop is something that we launched to actually cater to these customers who are at home or wherever they are, wherever they may be, that they can easily follow us on social media, send us a message through chat apps like Viber or WhatsApp or Messenger, and we can send them a catalog. And from the catalog, they can choose whatever they want to order, and just do online payments. Just easily pay online, and we can deliver it anytime, anywhere. So
So great. Let's show your video, please.
It all started in 1894, when the new century was about to dawn. The crazy pace of change kept the world on its feet. We kept moving on. Amidst development and modernization, wars, crisis. And we kept those feet looking good, feeling comfortable through it all. And then, one day, the world paused, forced to put its feet up. Locked and separated in their homes, people came together like never before. Yet again, the human spirit revealed its power. We have withstood the highs and lows since 1894. Together, we shall overcome.
Wow, that's wonderful.
yeah, well,
So, what a very heartwarming video, Donna.
just a brief
Would you like to give a
overview.
very brief
Yeah.
explanation about the video?
Okay, so that video came out in time when the pandemic hits worldwide, and as I mentioned earlier, Bata, it's a family corporation, and it embraces the world as its own family, and we stayed relevant, and we stayed there for the people, not just mainly for our customers, but it is something that we say at Bata, that we are here to help. We can do this together. In fact, we were able to donate 1 million shoes for that project, as well as our CSR. So it's a very, very heartwarming, and it's a very good project of Bata Global. So we are very proud of it.
Yeah, wonderful. No, very inspiring as well. So for those, of course, who are purchasing anything from Bata, you know that you're purchasing something from a brand that also has a heart for others. So Donna, would you like to give your social media or website for those who'd like to order or reach you?
Yes, they can reach us through the different social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. We are at Bata Philippines, and also we are available in all SM malls nationwide, in all major malls, and also department stores, as well as online. So we have currently 6 online channels. So we have Lazada, Shopee, Zalora, SM Malls Online, Shop SM, and also our www.bata.com.ph. So I hope you go check that out. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much to our 3 very beautiful ladies, Camille and Trix from Plains and Prince, and of course Donna from Bata. So may I please ask everyone to just wave goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day in advance. So thanks, ladies. So we are done with the second segment, and I'm excited for the last and my favorite segment, where I will be reading a letter from our guests. But before that, let's pause for a break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Ngayong May sa Home Not Alone, Songs from Home with Papa Gio, Karen Sita, Nonoy, Jessica Villarubin, MYMP, Anissa Bonaobra, and Michael Maniago, Almost, and the Gibbs Duo. O, wag ka absent ha, dahil back-to-back na. Wednesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. California time, o Thursdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Philippine time. For sure, back-to-back din ang kwentuhan, kulitan, kantahan, at tawanan. Home Not Alone, Songs from Home with Papa Gio. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio, Los Angeles. Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook. Simple lang. I-type lang ang letter V81 Radio. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na. Maraming salamat sa bawat ilaw ng tahanan. Maraming salamat sa walang sawang pagmamahal, pag-aaruga at pagpapayo sa amin. Utang na loob namin sa inyo ang aming buhay. Kaya sa mga nanay, tita, lola, tatay na tumatayong nanay at single mom, Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day! Mula sa inyong V81 Radio.
Hi, this is Simon of Jeremiah. Pinoy music ba ang hanap mo? Download the V81 Radio mobile app. Download now at the App Store and the Google Play Store. Free now, free forever, at siguradong hindi ka manghihinayang.
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
Now back to Dear Door, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
So hello again, everyone. This is the last and my favorite segment because I will be reading a letter from someone named Krisha. So Krisha writes, Dear Door, I'm turning 28 this year and I was planning on shifting a career. I am currently an assistant or in an assistant managerial position in an F&B industry, but I want to get into media and advertising. Is 28 too late to change careers? I like this question. So thanks for that, Krisha. So, okay, there's a saying that goes that age is just a number. And as cliche as it may seem, this also goes for those who want to start a business or switch careers. So as an assistant F&B manager, I'm pretty sure that you've learned a lot in terms of communication, ability to handle criticism, analytical and quantitative skills, and even problem-solving skills. All right, so these are also some of the skills that are necessary in media and advertising, or in management in particular, plus, of course, creativity. So the good thing of being in the corporate world is that you certainly have a lot of learnings and experiences already, like discipline, teamwork, leadership, and these are some of the many, many values that you've gained. But it's not too late to move to another industry. This is true, especially nowadays where everything is digital. It's the same thing that our guests have been mentioning earlier. So for me, if you have the passion and really strong determination to move to media and advertising, what you can do is, number one, identify the particular role in media and advertising that you'd like to be in. Number two, assess what strengths or skills that you currently have. Okay. And number three, learn from mentors and from online courses. What will you be learning? Those quote-unquote weaknesses or things that you need to improve, all right? So that at least pagdating mo o pagsabak mo sa media industry, confident ka, no? And that's what we all need these days. Another thing that's very important is to research on the company that you'd like to be in. Because when it comes to shifting jobs, the most important thing to know is this person job fit, no? In particular, how do you fit the culture of a company? Kasi kahit galing ka sa corporate world or kahit san man no, na business, you have to know the vision of the company, the mission of the company, and the values. Because if you fit that vision, mission, and values, then I think you're ready, all right? And that's the most important thing, really. So thank you again, Krisha, and for everyone else who'd want to write to me, please feel free to do so. Check out my social media pages. So meanwhile, there you have it, everyone. Today, we've learned from Camille, Trix, and Donna that commitment, continuous learning, focus, adaptability, and change are important in marketing. And as for letter sender, in particular, professionals who wish to shift careers, for as long as you're determined to proceed, nothing is impossible. Just be ready to take that leap. So that ends our last segment. I would like to thank Coffeecina, Co-work and Cafe, CAD Concepts, Planes and Prints, and Bato for making this episode possible. In the words of Matt Mullenweg, social media entrepreneur, technology is best when it brings people together. And moreover, as Bill Gates would say, the advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that we don't really even notice it. So it's just a part of everyday life. So again, this has been your life coach, Theodore, wishing you a pleasant evening and an advanced Happy Mother's Day to all moms worldwide. Goodbye.
An online community for youth, aspiring entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs, OFWs, SMEs, and social enterprises. Let Dear DORE guide you as you build your personal, professional, and business goals. Dear DORE will certainly be with you as you embark your journey and achieve desirable results. Write to Dear DORE and be inspired by like-minded industry leaders who will share their experiences with the community. This is Dear DORE with your host, Dorelene Villanueva Dimaunahan. Saturdays, 6 p.m. Philippine time, exclusively on V81 Radio Worldwide. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y